The Saints are in London, where people have been playing the game that evolved into American football for about 200 years. Doug Mouton has a closer look at how rugby changed into the game played today in the NFL.
Back in the 1880s, an American named Walter Camp changed the rules of this game, rugby, into a new sport. 130 years later, that has evolved into this. And one of the biggest differences between the two sports now is what guys like Sean Payton do, with intricate plays, meticulous planning.
In terms of the level of detail, in some ways it's inspiring in some ways, but also I think it's not possible in our game.
I think our sport, I mean, it's hard to put a percentage on it, but say somewhere between you can control or you can put tactics into maybe 25–30% of the game, and the rest of it's chaos.
Get back on your feet. James Lightfoot Brown and Richard Pryor coach rugby to kids at the London Irish Club, where the Saints are practicing this week. They say the reactionary nature of rugby, the unplanned, is what they like. The biggest criticism the rugby guys have of American football is the stop-and-start nature of the game. In rugby, the play is continuous. In American football, you run a play and then there's a break.
We put a big emphasis on our transition, so between attack and defence, whereas obviously watching NFL, it stops and people get a chance to react and see what's going on. So it's different. I suppose it's cool that there's a definite more of a tactical influence people can have, definitely coaches. But it makes it a little bit harder to watch when it's constantly stopping.
I think one of the great things with American football is it is incredibly structured. Everyone knows their role. But I think also for me, I can find that a little bit, frankly, boring sometimes because there isn't that looseness in the game.
So American football is not their game, but they still marvel at what NFL athletes can do. London Irish players and coaches have been at Saints practice watching. Richard Pryor says, awed by what Drew Brees, for instance, can do.
Just watching, obviously, your quarterbacks earlier, they're already ahead of everything. I know they know that it's a set move, but they are seeing people that are enormous running towards them, intent on cutting them in half, but still they maintain their composure and still see the pass, and that's fantastic to watch.
Wembley Stadium in London will be packed Sunday to see the Saints and the Dolphins, a testament to how many Brits enjoy watching this. Rugby is England's #2 sport behind only soccer. Sunday, rugby fans will see how their sport has changed across the Atlantic. Reporting with the Saints in London, Doug Mouton, Eyewitness News.